Okay, this one is going to be super short. I just had this, wow, the exposure is like, woo, too much sun in this mofo, but it's, yeah, all artificial. So I'll keep this one short. I just had this recurring thought of mine, but now in the light of recent events, again, I felt like I just wanted to revisit this topic with a very simple question towards you guys. And this is the following. So, a while ago, in the early days of my channel, which is like not even 1 month ago, I discussed about this whole idea that people are becoming more and more frustrated with contractual obligations and leagues not allowing people to pool cross organizations and stuff like that. Therefore, I was saying, like, I was launching this idea of why don't you guys do what Arnold did, which was, after retiring as a bodybuilder, he made his own show with the Arnold Classic, which everyone knows by now. And I was kind of like drawing a parallel between Arnold and Igor Mazurenko, because, like it or not, he kind of did this thing also in our sport with arm wrestling. So he went from being a competitor to creating his own organization, which right now is one of the top organizations out there. PAL, in case you didn't know, was owned by Igor. So I was saying, why don't more top tier athletes follow this model so that we could have more variety and we can start having athletes being able to pull without these interdictions and having less monopoly in the sport and stuff like that. And I was giving examples like why don't like-minded people that are household names, why don't they just band together and form like an organization or a league or a show? If not a league or organization or federation, shows are just as great. Look at Game of Arms; it was so entertaining. Pity it went away. So I was saying, why guys like Devon or Devon and Michael and Travis or whatever, RVJ, why wouldn't they, at least one of them, to create a league or a show like this, if not more people coming together? So that was kind of like a recap of what I was discussing about in my previous videos. And now the topic of the day was seeing that Larry, who was an outsider of the sport and went into our sport, and we were all very grateful and still and we still are, because he's bringing all this attention with his following and his popularity. He's bringing all of this attention towards arm wrestling, and his helping promote the sport and make it visible and just uncovered to the world due to his popularity on social media and stuff like that. So a non-arm wrestler till very recently, or let's say a newcomer to the sport with a lot of interest and passion, already decided himself to kind of like get it involved into the whole promotion thing. So I have no doubt in my mind that Larry, if he will continue like this, he could potentially even be like one of the founders of such an organization or league or show or whatever. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you've been living under a rock, May 29th, Devon versus Michael, because Michael versus Devon won't be happening precisely because of the contractual things. Devon versus Michael, 29th of May. The show is finally being promoted by Larry Wheels, which is amazing. I talked about this in a very recent video. Go check it out if you haven't. Now, again, we have Larry, who came into the sport very recently, and he's already doing this. Juju was kind of on the same track, but lately he kind of stopped being engaged in the whole arm wrestling. But I hope he will return back very soon, because he had a very, very similar influence into our sport, very similar type of personality, fitness personality and stuff like that. So for now, we have a concrete case with Larry Wheels, and also we have the good old thing that again I talked about and everyone has been talking about with RVJ versus Ryan Bowen deciding to finally do their own thing, and also the whole thing with being tested and whatever, plus putting the 50 grand on the table so that they, hopefully they would create a precedent where independently organized events like these can also be very rewarding financially, and we can have a financial incentive and all of that thing. So RVJ versus Ryan Bowen already kind of like on that track. Also Michael versus Devon on that track, not necessarily because of Michael and Devon doing any of that, although that was my wish in one of my previous videos that I told you about. But we have Larry promoting this, so apparently for now he's going to be one of the potential future top dogs in the game of arm wrestling when it comes to promotion, organizing things, etc. While on the side he's also getting more and more involved himself as an athlete, as the athlete that he already is in other sports. So he is just transitioning. So my question for today was, do you think that this is already happening, the thing that I was alluding to in one of my previous videos? Do you think that Larry promoting this, beginning to promote things in general, starting with Michael versus Devon in May, do you think this is this is probably like the beginning towards something that I was hoping for? Do you think that RVJ versus Ryan Bowen is also kind of like opening the doors for something like this, or do you think they will just be very isolated incidents or events or whatever, and pretty much nothing will be done in this regard for years to come because of XYZ? And in this case, I would very much like to hear what the XYZ reasons are, because again, I'm really curious either to see something like this happening, or to understand, if you happen to have deeper insights than I do. I'd really be interested in understanding why these things will probably not be happening anytime soon. Although I don't think there are that many reasons, because again, look at Igor, he already did it, so what stops us from doing it again and just following the model and improving it at the same time, and not have all of these things that everyone is complaining about at this given time at the present moment. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Again, this was supposed to be very short. It's already 8 minutes long, so I'll stop it here. But let me know what you guys think, because this was supposedly more like a question than a rant, but it ended up being one. So hit me down in the comment section below. Like, dislike, do it twice if you dislike it. Hate, troll, share, subscribe, unsubscribe, all that thing. Yada, yada, yada. Most importantly for me is for you guys to engage in the conversation. So please don't be shy and let me know what y'all think. And until next time, Psychotic Dude in the outro of every video is saying goodbye. Yeah, too much, getting too close. So we should be distancing during this hard times, right? So yeah, till next time. I hope to see you all well. Ciao, ciao, and boy, boy.